You Roam in the Endless Silence by Lexi and Toku. There are words for places like this. Thonic, for instance. Thonic is a very good word, we're told. Very popular with audiences of all ages. Yes, this place is Thonic. The tunnels weave into the earth like the trails of great worms, twisting down and down upon themselves. You lose yourself wandering, taking in the sights. Your way back will be easy if you turn back anytime soon. Any route up leads back to us. But down, down, down you go. The sound of your footsteps on the raw stone echoes on the rough, worn walls, soon fading into the darkness. Sight is little aid to you. You can only rely on the feeling of your fingertips upon the edges of the tunnel. In a way, you take the tunnel's nature in, better in that darkness and silence than you would if you could see it. You have nothing but the feeling of your hand on the earth. At first, the keep's stonework alternates smooth, polished bricks and rough, porous mortar. The higher regions are better kept, but the lower regions are long forgotten by those higher up. As you descend, proper stonework gives way to a region of packed dirt, flecked with stray stones and the roots of long-forgotten plants, occasionally hiding behind thick wooden supports. Here, the stone walls give way and the path through was improvised, marked for repairs that never came. As you descend, the stone returns. You've passed the damaged portion, and the stone is once more intact, undisturbed, whole. Are you whole, do you wonder? Are you satisfied with the jewels shining within your eye sockets, the gold around your arms and neck? You wouldn't be so crude as to go barren, would you, like the skulls beneath your hands? That's right, skulls, one after another, up and down, over and across. The walls are made of bones. Most are not skulls, but many are. A child of your kin has nearly 300 bones, with a bit of rounding. An adult has just over 200 in typical situations. Of those, 22 are typically within one's skull, meaning that by quantity, if not by mass or volume, an interred skeleton ought to be a little under 10% skull bones and a little over 90% other bones. So obviously, it would be quite impractical to make a wall only out of skulls. No, these ones are mostly the other bones. Laid front to back as masonry. It takes you a moment to get the feel of them, to recognize them. Femur and fibula, ulna and radius and humerus. This forms the bulk of the wall. But up and down or side to side, bands of skulls bring sharp relief to the structure. Big and round, facing their empty eyes out on the hallways, staring down hollowly upon any who walk through. A thin layer of dust comes off as your fingers cross their brows. Some clings to you, some falls to the floor through the stale air. As you continue down the passageway, a luminescent moss on the floors and ceilings mark your path, growing thicker until the oppressive darkness becomes dimly perceptible and you see the sheer scale of the passage. You cling to one wall, and far across the middle of this passage is another. In the middle area are pillars, each the size of small rooms, and are ringed by the shedding skin of the ceiling above. There are 3 bands of skulls across most of the walls, including the massive central pillars, top, bottom, and another a little bit lower. Every one of these skulls was once alive, a person who lived, thought, felt, and died. Now they are not. Packed so tightly into the wall, this is not a memorial to any of them individually. It is a monument to the idea of death, as though time and illness and injury might be placated by sacrifice. Or perhaps to the idea of life, an urging that it must not be neglected, taken for granted. You wonder, perhaps, if that would apply to you. Are you that same sort of thing anymore? Or are you something else? Will you slow, break down, and die? You pause mid-step as you feel a hole in a line of skulls, about as high as your ribs. Behind it, more bones are packed tight, keeping it supported. You could move on, be on your way. This place has stood for ages undisturbed, but you could fix that hole too, if you only had something just right for it. Do we explore the catacomb depths, or do we place our own skull upon the wall?